This is a recipe for Happy People Fudge, and we made this back in episode 6 at the beginning of our podcast. It comes from a friend of mine named Donna Bishop, and she shipped it to our office every year. So people would be so excited, is the fudge here, is the fudge here? And, I finally dragged the recipe out of her. It's really easy. It has 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. It has 1 cup of milk chocolate chips, and then 2 cups of miniature marshmallows, and a pinch of salt. So I never trust a baking recipe that doesn't have a pinch of salt in it. And then typically what you would do is take this and place it in a microwave. And while I have almost every kitchen gadget known to man, I do not have a microwave. So I'm gonna do it in a little impromptu double boiler that I'm gonna make on my stove. So I'll put in a little bit of hot water here in a pan and come over here to my stove, and we're going to get that hot water steaming, and that is going to get the ingredients starting to melt. And it'll take about 4 or 5 minutes here for these to all melt down into a nice, delicious, creamy mixture that we can put into this pan that I've prepared. So I've got an 8x8 pan that I've lined with some parchment paper, and I always use a parchment sling because it's really easy to grab the edges and pull something out. And the recipe also has a can of sweetened condensed milk. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that in. This is so good. And you can get any brand of sweetened condensed milk, at your local grocery store. This is always in the baking aisle. Go ahead and scrape that out. I use one of these silicone spatulas that's heat proof. And then I'm just starting to stir the mixture. I can already see it starting to melt. You can see that it's starting to blend together. And like I said, it'll just be a couple of minutes, 4 or 5 minutes for that to melt all the way down. Inside of the fudge, then, what I add is usually a teaspoon of vanilla and a cup of chopped nuts. But the beauty of this recipe is that there's multiple variations. So since it's holiday time, I'm doing peppermint extract and crushed candy canes. And this is something your kids can help you with. If you want to throw some candy canes into a Ziploc bag and take a rolling pin and let them smash away at it, they always have fun doing that. So that'll be my ingredients that I'll toss into this once it's melted. Pour it in the pan, chill it. You can freeze it. It can stay in the freezer for a couple of weeks. Mine's never lasted that long, but you can always just pull it out and serve it or give it to anyone. It's a really great holiday gift and easy to make too. And I'm gonna add in a little bit of peppermint extract, about a 1/4 teaspoon. You can make this, as I said, with vanilla. If you use vanilla, I would use a full teaspoon, but peppermint extract is really strong. And then I've got about a 1/2 cup of crushed candy canes. And I'm gonna put those in, and I'm gonna reserve a few to sprinkle on the top. And then you just go right into this pan. Here we go. Look at that fudge. It's glossy, it's creamy, it's gorgeous. It smells like peppermint. It's holiday in a bowl. I love this stuff. I've never had anyone turn it down. Once you get it in your pan, go ahead and use your spatula to spread it out. Try and make it even. And again, I have that parchment in there so that after it chills, it'll be easy to pull up and cut. You probably need a couple of hours of chilling time. I usually let it come to room temperature before I chill it. And then I'm gonna sprinkle a few candy canes on top just to make it pretty. And there we go.